Namaskar. Today we will study alpha 1 receptor, how it functions, what type of receptor this is, what is the second messenger, where it is located, what are its function. So all these things we will discuss. So the adrenergic receptors are of two types, adrenergic receptors, alpha and beta. Then alpha is again of two types, alpha 1, alpha 2. Beta is again of three types, beta 1, beta 2 and beta 3. So we will discuss this receptor, alpha 1 receptor. And all these adrenergic receptors are G protein coupled receptors. So alpha 1 is also a G protein coupled receptor and it is of GQ type, G protein coupled receptor. And the effector here is phospholipase C, and phospholipase C beta is activated when the neurotransmitter or agonist binds to the alpha 1 receptor. And the neurotransmitter here, noradrenaline, is more selective to alpha 1 receptor than adrenaline. So when this G protein coupled receptor is activated by noradrenaline, there will be activation of the enzyme phospholipase C, and this phospholipase C converts phosphatidyl inositol diphosphate, which is present on the cell membrane, to IP3 and DAG. So we can see, so this is the structure of phosphatidyl inositol diphosphate, where fatty acid, arachidonic acid and IP3, all these structures are there. This is inositol 1,4,4,5 triphosphate. So when phospholipase C acts here, PIP2 is degraded to IP3 and DAG. So alpha 1 receptor, when it is activated by an agonist, there will be formation of IP3, and IP3 acts on the sarcoplasmic reticulum to release calcium. From the calcium stores in the sarcoplasmic reticulum, calcium is released. And now this calcium binds to a cytosolic protein called calmodulin to form the calcium calmodulin complex. And this complex activates the enzyme myosin light chain kinase. So this is the active form. And this active myosin light chain kinase then phosphorylates myosin light chain to myosin phosphate, and now this myosin has the energy in presence of actin. So actin myosin binding will occur, and actin myosin binding results in the contraction of vascular smooth muscle. So these are the contractile proteins, actin and myosin. And for actin myosin binding, there is requirement of phosphorylation of myosin light chain, and that is done by this active myosin light chain kinase, which is activated by calcium calmodulin complex. So calcium is essential, and calcium is released from the sarcoplasmic reticulum calcium stores by the action of IP3. So here IP3 is the second messenger. So for alpha 1 receptor, IP3 is the second messenger, noradrenaline is the first messenger, and IP3 causes, through calcium and calcium calmodulin complex, contraction of smooth muscles. So where is located this alpha 1 receptor? Alpha 1 receptor is located in blood vessels, both in arteriole and venule. So it causes vasoconstriction, vascular smooth muscle contraction. Then it is also present in the stomach pyloric sphincter. So there will be pyloric sphincter smooth muscle. So pyloric sphincter contraction is done by, again here alpha 1 receptor is located. Then in the urinary bladder, the bladder trigone, again in the sphincter muscle, this sphincter muscle is smooth muscle, and there is alpha 1 receptor. So urinary sphincter contraction, which will result in your micturition, and there will be urinary retention. It will cause urinary retention because of contraction of the urinary sphincter. So urinary retention results here. Then in the pupil size is also regulated, because the iris contains, this is iris, structure of iris. Iris contains two types of muscles, radial muscle and circular muscle. So I have shown here this radial muscle, and radial muscle is supplied with sympathetic nerves. So here also again alpha 1 receptor is there, and because of alpha 1 receptor stimulation there will be contraction of the radial muscle. Because of contraction of radial muscle, this pupil size will increase. Because of the contraction of the radial muscles, the pupil size will increase, or pupil dilatation or mydriasis will be there. And in vas deferens, again smooth muscles are there, and contraction of vas deferens will result in ejaculation of semen. In the prostate smooth muscle, the regulation of smooth muscle tone of the prostate is done, and again the receptor involved is alpha 1 receptor. So alpha 1 receptor is a critical mediated action, is a critical mediator of the benign prostatic hyperplasia. So you can use alpha 1 blockers in treatment of benign prostatic hyperplasia. So these are actions, and all these actions are because of the smooth muscles, and smooth muscle contraction is mediated by alpha 1 receptor, and alpha 1 receptor blockers can be used for relaxation of all these smooth muscles. So this is all about alpha 1 receptor. Thank you.